What is going on, YouTube? Today we're gonna be learning some shit, bro. We're gonna be blowing our minds. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little, you feel me, brother? Let's go ahead. You know the drill. Start the live. Get some motherfuckers in here, bro. Have a good spirit, good mind, bro. Yes, sir. Let's have. Oh, too small. Oh my god, heard that before. Heard that. You feel me? Alright. You feel me? Heard that. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I heard that. Mm. Feel good. Feel great today. I had a good day at work, actually. Feel good. Feel great today. Had a good old day at work, man. Long old day, brother. Long old day. We are going to be learning some shit, dude. Uh, who's ready? Who's ready to blow their minds?
You may or may not have heard this before.
Oh, shit.
But it actually
What a
kind of
fumble.
keeps me up at
What
night.
a fumble, brother.
And I'm really sorry to have to do this to you, but it's time you knew the truth. You may or may not have heard this before, but it actually kind of keeps me up at night. And I'm really sorry to have to do this to you, but it's time you knew the truth. We are living in an era of information overload. The more we read, hear, and see, the less we process and remember. Don't you just wish there was a way to remove the clutter and get to the really good stuff?
I don't know though. I feel like memories can just be like as soon as you see it again, it just pops back in your head and you already like know. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, we believe here at List 25, we do that
Yo,
for you
what up,
at
buddy?
least 5 times per week. From the bizarre to the amazing and often unbelievable, we bring you the facts you love to hear. So, let's get to it. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 interesting facts that'll make you question life.
Yo, little side fact. I'm only really doing this video because I've been going back and forth with it at this about is the Earth flat and shit. So I really hope you get it because I've been going back and forth with it at a buddy with a buddy at work, and I just want to know. Maybe it is. I just want to know.
25. Mordor is a real place. It really is. Its location, however, is a bit different from what we've read in Tolkien's works. Mordor is the home of Sauron, the evil antagonist in the Lord of the Rings novels and movies. And while J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth was a work of
Okay, where is this video going?
fiction, Mordor is a real place. According to USA Today, it's a dark and mysterious area on Charon, one of Pluto's moons, that often looks exactly like an old or dried red bloodstain.
Or did they just name it after the moon?
And yes, the creepy red spot was named after the novel, not the other way around.
That was kind of weird how he instantly fucking
Obviously, you clicked on this video because you want to make money, right? You want to be able to sell out
instant ad check, bro. Instant ad check.
this or be able to
24. The moon is moving away from us. While I'm discussing celestial bodies, let me tell you something interesting about our moon. We all know
And this is exactly what he was arguing. The guy at work, exactly what he was arguing, that the moon is moving away from us and we're not actually rotating.
that the moon circles around the Earth, but not everyone knows that the distance between the Earth and moon is increasing. As the comparatively small celestial body continues its planetary spinning, it drifts 1.48 inches farther away from the Earth each year, which is roughly the same rate at which a human fingernail grows. This means that the moon was
How long would it take for it to disappear then? How many years before it's done?
much closer to us in the past. Scientists believe that when the moon was first formed, it was only 14,000 miles away. Today, it's about 250,000 miles away. 23. Some people are mind blind. Are you the type of person who can recall specifics about things that you're trying to remember but can't see it?
It depends. I'm more traumatically, yes. I'm more traumatically inclined on my life. Like I can tell you exactly what happened if it like traumatized me. Now, like on a regular day basis, like what I wore yesterday, probably not.
In your mind's eye? Most people can picture a loved one's face or the best meal they've ever had, but other people's minds go blank when they try to do the same. This condition is known as aphantasia. Aphantasia can be summarized as the inability to have visual memories when thinking of things in their absence. People with aphantasia can't picture how characters look or visualize
Oh my god, that's almost just like short-term memory. Like you only can think about what you see. There is no way I could genuinely live with that forever, bro.
the settings they're in while reading books. They may also have difficulty remembering the face of a loved one who has passed away. 22. Your feet can taste garlic. If you're one of those people that hate garlic, don't ever step on it. Scientists recently revealed that you can taste the distinct flavor of garlic through your feet. Well, you can't actually taste with your feet.
Somebody walk on garlic and send that to me. I don't believe that. I'm gonna have to see that.
Still, suppose you place garlic under your feet. In that case, the molecules responsible for garlic's aroma, allicin, can penetrate through the skin, getting into your bloodstream, and travel to your mouth and nose, where you quickly start to recognize the taste of garlic. Chemistry does wild tricks with food, even changing the way you taste it. Literally. 21. Ladybugs are vicious cannibals. I'm sorry to tell you.
You're telling me that they're just roaming around, chilling, and just eating flesh, bro. Go on.
This, but every coloring book, first grade storybook, Disney movie, and Pixar animated film has lied to you. Ladybugs aren't cute, sweet bugs that we should make wishes upon. They are, in fact, vicious cannibals. An adult ladybug devours approximately 50 aphids, sap-drinking bugs that all gardeners despise, every day. However, when there isn't enough food available, they will eat ladybug larvae and even other young ladybugs, both of which have shells.
Okay, so they're not like... That's just like I feel like that's just Mother Nature though. I feel like all animals really like prey on themselves if they have to. You know what I mean? Is there real like what's smaller than a fucking ant and a ladybug? What's smaller than a ladybug? What can they eat besides a ladybug?
That are tender enough for an adult ladybug to chew. 20. You could be one of the people with no inner monologue. You know that voice in your head that goes through your thoughts and emotions?
Appreciate it.
No? Well, as it turns out, not everyone has internal monologue. During 2020, a lot of...
You're telling me people actually go day to day without that fucking voice in their head? You're telling me there's no like, all right, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? Are you chilling? Are you chilling? No, you're good. They don't have that?
People were astonished to learn that some people don't have an internal monologue, while those who didn't have it were surprised to learn that other people actually do. These people simply have quiet, tranquil minds for the biggest part of their days. When asked if they ever get songs stuck in their heads, one said yes, it's probably the closest they get to having one. And while they may not hear an internal voice, they still read in their heads.
So do they hear like the song itself then? Are they just listening to like the voice of the singer? Like how does that work if you have no...
19. Most of us choose dogs over love. Dogs have long been acknowledged to be man's best friend, but Americans are rapidly taking that to a new level. According to a Rover.com study conducted over 3 years, published in...
I've never had a dog cheat on me. I've never had a dog take half of my shit. I've never had a dog like put me on child support. I've never had a dog accuse me of anything. I've never had a dog lie. I've never had a dog... You know what I mean? A dog just wants to be fucking pet, brother. Like, why not?
2017, 54% of dog owners will end a relationship if their dog doesn't like their partner. According to the report, 94% of dog owners see and treat their dogs as a member of their family, and 78% include their canines during significant family moments. Given that 1/4 of people bring their furry companions on first dates, it might be a good idea to get dog treats instead of flowers the next time you go on a first date. 18. The moon has moonquakes, and we're causing some of them. When we went to the moon, we didn't just leave a flag and footprints behind.
But I thought we didn't go to the moon. Explain that, buddy.
We actually left a couple of hundred bags of poop and urine too, but I'm not here to talk about that today. The Apollo astronauts left seismometers meant to record thermal data on the moon's surface. The equipment soon confirmed that the moon, just like the Earth experiences earthquakes, experiences moonquakes. In fact, scientists confirmed that there are 4 types of moonquakes: shallow, deep, thermal, and those caused by meteorite impacts. But more recently, researchers made an exciting discovery. Some of the thermal earthquake data gathered by Apollo 17 mission instrumentation confirmed that the moon also experienced a fifth and unexpected type of moonquake. Quakes coming from the Apollo 17 lunar lander base itself.
Yo, welcome in.
This new phenomenon is not caused by the moon, but it adds to our seismic knowledge of the celestial body, which is crucial for future lunar exploration. 17. The Pledge of Allegiance started out as a PR stunt. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation. How many times as a child did you stand and say those words?
Every day.
While it may feel that the Pledge of Allegiance has been around forever, it was actually only written in 1892 by Francis Bellamy as part of a competition to increase...
Okay, but how old is America? Aren't we like 250 years? Wasn't that just celebrated? So it's not like that fucking long ago.
...sales of the weekly children's magazine, Youth's Companion. While today's pledge is very close to Bellamy's original version, it has gone through a few significant changes throughout the years. Notably, the phrase "under God" wasn't introduced until 1954.
Okay.
16.
That's more recent.
You lose 30% of your ability to taste while flying. That could be why airplane food has such a terrible reputation. What's the deal with airline food? Well,
What's going on?
The elevation of an aircraft can have a negative impact on how well we're able to taste things. In a 2010 research project carried out by Germany's Fraunhofer Institute of Building Physics, the lack of moisture at high elevations, as well as low pressure, decreases a person's taste buds' sensitivity to sweet and salty foods by roughly 30%. Add to that the fact that dry cabin air impairs our ability to smell, and our ability to taste is reduced even further.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Sorry, who's been on a plane? Who's been on a plane? Can you fact check that?
15. A sneeze at 60 miles an hour closes your eyes for almost 50 feet. You may or may not have heard this before, but it actually kind of keeps me up at night. When you sneeze, your eyes close for a brief instant. However, if you sneeze while driving at 60 miles an hour, your eyes will be closed for approximately 50 feet. According to one 2014 study, drivers who temporarily lose vision due to sneezing cause 2,500 accidents in England every week.
Oh my god. Oh my god, there needs to be like a disability. Like, they definitely need like regulations to them fucking driving.
Yeah, every week. Now, what are those stats in the US where we have more land mass and significantly more cars on the roads? I actually shudder at the thought. According to one earlier study, more than 2 million drivers have crashed while driving simply because they sneezed. This suggests that 7% of adults have been involved in a car accident due to sneezing. 14.
That's a large number. What's 7% of 8 billion? 7% of 8 billion. Someone type that in. What is 7% of 8 freaking billion?
And eating bug poop and enjoying it. And I'm really sorry to have to do this to you, but it's time you knew the truth. Shellac is an ingredient in candy and all things sweet that most people like to refer to as confectioner's glaze. That's because it gives all candies and sweets like jelly beans and candy corn its beautiful hard and shiny coating. But whatever you prefer to call it, shellac, which we've also used as a wood finish and brush-on colorants, is extracted
0.00000000875%. Yeah, not that bad.
From the secretions left by the female Caryolaca insects. Yes, dear friends, bug poop. I bet those jelly beans...
Natural selection at that point. If it's 0.00000000875 fucking percent, you were meant to crash by sneezing.
Have just lost a lot of their flavor, huh? 13. Woolly mammoths were still alive in Russia when the pyramids were being built. I know most of us picture the end of the last ice age, about 10,000 years ago, when we think...
No, I watched the last ice age. You know the little squirrel chasing the nut? There was no pyramid, not one.
Of woolly mammoths, majestic, ancient, hairy creatures who roamed the earth long before we came onto the scene. However, these massive beasts were actually still around when the Great Pyramid of Giza was being built between 2580 and 2560 BCE. According to the BBC, the last woolly mammoths vanished from Wrangel
He's at BBC.
Island in Russia's Arctic Ocean territory a mere 4,000 years ago. 12. Laughter as a defense mechanism. I am incredibly
They were
ticklish.
under the ice,
I don't
bro.
know about you.
Never even thought of that.
That's why I'm not sure how I feel about the following fact. There's a reason it's practically impossible not to chuckle when someone tickles you.
Yo, welcome in.
And it has absolutely nothing to do with the situation being hilarious. Instead, your body is most likely using a natural defense mechanism. Scientists from Germany...
Do you laugh in an awkward moment? I do all the time. People hate it and I love it. I don't know why I do it, but somebody could say something so fucking serious, bro. And when I don't understand them, I chuckle. I chuckle and they hate it.
Germany's University of Tübingen discovered that when we're tickled, the portion of the brain that expects pain is activated. Because our brain believes we're in danger, we may strike at whoever is tickling us.
Yo, I appreciate
or
you.
laugh, which is an act of submission.
Dang, man.
Now, I always tell you guys, if you guys see me out and about, most likely at Disney, feel free to come up to me and say hello.
Yo, what up, Dylan?
Please don't tickle me now. I am extremely ticklish. Don't do that.
Yeah, no problem.
I am extremely ticklish. 11. Our bodies glow. Literally. Men. For years you've had to listen to women complimenting each other on that beautiful pregnancy glow. And while the pregnant...
He said my clothes usually fall off when it's awkward. Whoa. Let's get awkward, bud.
Woman does experience numerous hormonal shifts that lead to brighter skin, we don't have to feel left out anymore. A couple of years ago, it was discovered that we all glow. Literally. While it may be hard to see with the naked eye, the human body emits a modest amount of visible light. Visible in the scientific sense. The illumination is around 1,000 times less intense than the level of light that we would really be able to see. Researchers in Japan employed a special camera to track this glow and discovered that it fluctuates throughout the day, with the body generating the least amount of light around 10 a.m. and the most around 4 p.m. A rhythm the scientists attribute to changes in our metabolisms.
I don't have a metabolism. I can literally eat a fucking cheese puff and I'll gain 4 pounds. Don't ask how. Don't ask why. I don't know. I don't have a metabolism. It's not a thing for me.
10. When left-handed people use right-handed equipment, they have a 1 in 4,400,000 chance of dying.
So why is that a fact? What did you have to do to know that? You just lined up 4.4 million left-handed people and you see which one died using a right-handed fucking pencil?
Being a left-handed person in a right-handed world is not always easy.
So she's using a pencil.
In fact, it can be downright deadly. While our left-handed brethren and sistren might be light years ahead of us when it comes to creativity, daydreaming, imagination, and intuition, more than 2,500 left-handed people die every year as a result of an injury caused by equipment built for right-handed people.
Not a thing. Left-handed people are not real, bro. Not a thing. No way in my mind will I believe that.
As it turns out,
just use your right hand.
The right-handed power saw is the most deadly item. So, to our Southpaw fans,
I was actually going to say that over the pencil.
Please stay away from those. It is just not worth it. 9. Snails have teeth. Albeit thousands.
Yeah, don't care. I will never get close enough to fucking find out. If I ever see a snail, it's treated like one of them cows in what's that place called? India, bro. A snail is just like a cow in India. I'm walking 7 feet around that thing. I want nothing to do with that slug bug.
Yes, thousands of tiny microscopic ones.
What's up, milkshake?
And now I just can't unsee it. Snails come across as relatively simple creatures with distinguishing characteristics like
That's why. Look at them. Oh my god.
shells and slime. However, some species have an unusual feature. According to the Natural History Museum, they have a ribbon-like tongue and a jaw called a radula with thousands of tiny little teeth.
Sounds like vagula, and why the fuck is their teeth and why does it look like a vagula? Come on now. Come on, they setting us up. They setting us up.
Allow the ferocious slime monsters to tear and rip apart their food into smaller, more manageable bits. I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to pick one up the same way again. You know what? I'm done gardening. Actually, I've fed a snail broccoli. It was kind of adorable.
No, you didn't. That snail did not eat the fucking broccoli, buddy. You ate the snail. That's fucked up.
8. Dogs evolved to manipulate humans. You know that cute puppy-eyed look your dog loves to give you whenever he wants something from you? It turns out, that while it's 100% adorable, it's also 100% intentional and something they've learned to do after becoming man's best friend.
I appreciate the
According
support,
to a
Damon.
2019
Yes,
study
sir.
published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, domesticated dogs have evolved to have tiny facial muscles around their eyes, something wild wolves do not have. These muscles allow our pets to communicate with us by lifting their brows to appear unhappy or pouting. I wonder if that's why we prefer them over our partners.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
Oh my god.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't care if I ever make $1 million. I will never pay to skip the ads. I'm sorry, but we can use that time to talk like humans. There's 5 seconds in an ad, bro, and we can skip. So sorry.
Bedbugs have been around since the dinosaurs. Have you ever found yourself in the unfortunate situation of sharing
No, and I will burn your house down if you ever invite me over and I mean ever see one.
a bed with a couple of 100 bedbugs? It itches. A lot. Bedbugs are nearly impossible to eradicate and can spread quicker than water cooler gossip. According to scientists, that might be why they've survived for so long. In a 2019 study published in Current Biology, scientists
Chat, should we skip?
determined that the bugs have been around since the time of the dinosaurs,
My skin is crawling.
first appearing some 115 million years ago. While most of us are not thrilled to hear this fact, I mean, we now know cockroaches weren't the only bugs to survive the meteor and subsequent events.
Both bugs. Go to hell. Go to fucking hell, bro.
It proved that the evolutionary history of bedbugs was far more evolved than anyone had previously thought, opening up other areas for future studies. Now, what were they called before beds were invented?
Bugs. No shit.
Bugs. 6. Human bodies are still evolving. If you thought the human body was done evolving, think again. Some people, it turns out, have a bone in their knee called a fibula. And while this particular modest bone, with its unknown purpose, was at one point fading away, it has become increasingly prevalent over the last century and a half. In 1875, over 1/8 of all people tested had a fibula. By 1918, the number had fallen to 11%. However, by 2018, 39% of people had this mystery bone. Unfortunately, you won't
I got a mystery bone.
know
I'm sorry.
if you're one of the 39% unless it gets picked up with an MRI or an X-ray, as the bone is located behind the knee. 5. You have a 3-inch long nail in your body,
Whoa.
or at the very least, the components of one. Iron is a vital nutrient when it comes to the human body.
I heard we got enough iron to make a 4-inch nail
It helps your
in our body.
red blood cells to carry oxygen throughout your body, a feature that is critical for energy production. That's why an iron deficiency can cause feelings of exhaustion and fatigue. A healthy adult possesses roughly 3
Yo, check out my fatigue.
grams of iron, which, if extracted and
took out my
melted
fucking
down, could
setup,
produce a
chat.
3-inch long nail. In that same vein, the iron inside about 250 large men will be enough to make an average-sized medieval sword. Creepy, I know,
That's kind of weird, yeah.
but that fact was just too good to keep off the list. 4. Some jellyfish are immortal. There are enough interesting facts about jellyfish that they could get a whole list of their own. Jellyfish are fascinating creatures for an array of reasons. They come in a variety of forms, sizes, and colors.
welcome in.
They have no brains and sting over 150 million people every year.
150 million people are actually getting stung by fucking jellyfish a year? Bro, what?
And some are deadly. But the most astounding part of these creatures is that one species, Turritopsis dohrnii, responds to potentially dangerous circumstances by reverting to an earlier form and restarting its growth process. So, in a way, they're immortal. 3. King Charles owns a car that runs on cheese and wine.
I cannot wait to see where this leads. I don't know why I stopped it. I just want to see what's up.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
Fuck, I set
don't wanna
myself
talk about
up, bro. I'm still not gonna invest. I'm sorry. I set myself up though. I'm so sorry.
That is not a mistake. Cheese and wine. And here we were thinking that we knew everything about the royal family.
I love
Although he doesn't
cheese.
use fuel in this car, climate environmental
What's your favorite cheese? Comment. Tell me, what is your favorite cheese, bro? I like maybe queso.
Scientists believe cheese and wine are not ideal fuel alternatives because they lead to deforestation.
He
In an
likes
interview with the
Maz,
BBC
bro.
about
Hell
climate change
yeah.
and his efforts to reduce his
Put that
carbon
shit on
footprint,
anything right
King
there,
Charles
bro.
acknowledged that his gorgeous old
What's your favorite
DV6 ran
cheese?
on bioethanol fuel made from wine and cheese. Yes, the classic Aston Martin has a diet fit literally for royalty.
Yo.
The fuel is made by Green Fuels, a Gloucestershire-based company that collaborated with Aston Martin legacy specialist R.S. Williams Limited to turn the King's DB6 into a cheese and wine machine. That's delicious fuel. I'd eat that. I could run on cheese and wine. Not really a big drinker, so just cheese. 2. 14 people control an important aspect of the internet with 7 keys. Have you ever heard of the key ceremony?
No.
Yeah, neither have I.
Oh,
The key ceremony is a
see, you set me up for nothing. He sets me up for nothing.
secret, or maybe not so secret, gathering of a few individuals who wield unbelievable authority over the internet.
Where do I find these videos? YouTube.
These 7 key holders, according to The Guardian, are hand-picked security experts who meet every 3 months and whose different digital keys create one master
But it said gang. How did you know?
key that, in turn, manages one of these central security measures at the heart of the
I'm just kidding. Oh my god, I muted my fucking. Oh my god.
secure the domain name system, or DNS, and the internet. These specialists have exclusive access to the DNS, which is basically a
Yo,
directory
welcome
of
in.
everything online. Every time they come together, they flush out fake and harmful addresses. One of which is not list25.com. That is a real thing. Check it out. 1. We are just one of 8.7 million species on Earth. Environmentally, it's obvious that humans are geoengineering the planet. As such, there's no doubt that we are significant, and not just a blip in the cosmos. However, while we might be dominating the planet with our sprawling cities and almost limitless technology, we are in fact just one species among 8.7 million that exist along one another here on planet Earth. According to a
Is he gonna watch Chills?
2011
What's that, brother?
study published in the Journal of PLOS Biology, there are 7.8 million species of mammals, 298,000 species
We're all a blip? Yeah, low key though, because if you look at it in the hindsight of things, not even just like, oh, you woke up today and there's 1,000 fucking people around you. Oh well. If you zoom out of Google fucking Maps, we are one planet of 1,000 fucking stars, bro. A billion, gazillion fucking stars, bro. Like, we are nothing. We are a blip, brother.
of plants, 611,000 of mold, mushrooms, and other fungi, 36,400 different
He says you are our only entertainment right now. Our power is out until 9 p.m. Well, brother, we're going to wrap this up very soon so you can sit there and yonder about your past.
species of protozoa, and over 27,500 species of chromists, or algae, on the planet. It's also
I'll
worth
check him out
mentioning
for
that
sure.
the researchers
I'll check
made
him
no
out for
attempt
sure.
to quantify the amount of bacteria. So,
Yo, Damon, welcome
what's
back,
your
bro.
favorite
I've said that
random
like
fact
9
that you like
times
to
this
drop on
stream,
people?
dog.
Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this list, you
That's my
will
brother.
love 25
So if
fun
you
facts
cussing
that
him,
are
you cussing
really
me?
fun to tell. Trust me,
Hey, my phone's
they
about to die,
work.
brother.
Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe,
W video.
hit that notification
W
bell,
video,
and
brother.
check out our social medias, including my personal
And
ones.
we're going to freeze frame that shit for nothing. W. Bro, we're always restricted in this motherfucker, bro. Ain't shit new about that. On. Loading the
Links
next video.
in the description.
Loading the next video, brother. Totally incorrect facts. Everyone still
For centuries,
believes.
people have passed down facts they thought were absolutely true. Teachers repeated them. Parents taught them. Movies reinforced them. And somehow, millions of people still believe things that are completely wrong. Some of these myths
Brother,
are
load.
harmless.
What the hell?
Others are so wide.
The hell's going on, brother? Like, actually, what the fuck? Not live on stream, dog. Gonna film me. Brother.
Spread that even intelligent people repeat them without thinking twice.
Retarded.
So let's uncover some of the most popular facts that turn out to be totally
Damn, I lost one of my 7 viewers, dude. Fuck.
false. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. Poor goldfish. For decades, they've been treated as the symbol of forgetfulness. People joke that a goldfish swims around its bowl, forgets everything, and gets surprised by the same castle decoration every 3 seconds. But that's not even close to reality. Scientists have found that goldfish can remember things for months. They can recognize colors,
How did you find that out? How did you find that out? I want to know the goldfish you studied, buddy.
shapes, sounds, and even learn routines. Some experiments showed that goldfish could be trained to
Was it him?
press levers and respond to feeding times. They can even distinguish between different pieces of music, which means your pet goldfish probably remembers a lot more than people give it credit for. So no, your goldfish isn't constantly rediscovering.
I got a beta fish over there, and I wanted to call him Master because he'd be a master beta, but we named him Guppy, and I don't know if it was a motherfucking thing, bro, because he barely even eats his food when it's time.
Life every few seconds. Humans only use 10% of their brain. This myth has inspired books, motivational speakers, and even Hollywood movies. The idea sounds exciting. Imagine unlocking the other 90% and suddenly becoming a genius. Unfortunately, that's not how brains work. Brain scans show that almost every region of the brain has a purpose. Even while sleeping, various areas remain active. If 90% of your brain were truly useless, damage to most of it wouldn't matter. But tiny injuries can have serious effects on memory, speech, movement, and emotions. In reality, you're using your whole brain, just not all at the same time. And no, watching one inspirational video won't unlock secret superpowers.
So what am I supposed to do?
The Great
They never tell you that part. They always tell you like, oh yeah, you're gonna fail, but they never tell you how to pass.
Wall of China is visible from space. This one has appeared in textbooks and trivia games for years. The Great Wall is incredibly long, stretching thousands of miles. So surely astronauts can see it from space, right? Not exactly. From low Earth orbit, astronauts can see many things, including cities and roads. But the Great Wall is narrow and blends into the surrounding landscape. Most astronauts have said it's extremely difficult or impossible to spot with the naked eye. Ironically, highways, airports, and even large buildings are often easier to see. The wall is amazing, just not giant enough to stand out from hundreds of kilometers above Earth. Lightning never strikes the same place twice.
Bullshit.
This sounds poetic, but nature doesn't care about catchy sayings. Lightning strikes tall objects repeatedly. In fact, the Empire State Building gets hit around 20 times every year. Some towers around the world are struck hundreds of times annually. Lightning simply follows the easiest path to the ground.
So why are we still building them that big, bro? It gets hit that many times a year and we're just not doing anything about it.
And if that path worked once,
No, literally, the fuck?
it will probably work again. So if you ever hear someone say lightning never strikes twice, remember that skyscrapers would strongly disagree. Napoleon was extremely short. Movies often portray Napoleon Bonaparte as a tiny man with a giant ego, but in reality, he was about 5 feet 6 or 7 inches tall. That's roughly
I know people shorter than that.
average for a Frenchman living in the early 19th century. So why the myth? Partly because British propaganda loved making fun of him. Another reason involves confusion between French and British measurement systems. His nickname, the Little Corporal, referred to his rank and affection from his soldiers, not his height. Napoleon wasn't unusually short. History just gave him a bad reputation. Bats are blind. Batman probably wouldn't appreciate this myth. People have repeated the phrase, blind as a bat.
You're telling me bats can see me the whole time? The things I've done in front of a bat thinking they were blind.
For generations. But bats can actually see. Many species have excellent eyesight.
In Albion,
Oh
no
my.
matter where you go or what you do,
I want to know how many times an ad pops up during a video.
Top of that, they use
Let's get an ad
echolocation,
counter, brother.
bouncing sound waves off objects to navigate in darkness. Think of it as natural sonar. So bats have two systems working together,
Watch the
vision
video, brother.
and sound. That's like having GPS and a backup map at the same time. Not bad for creatures unfairly accused of blindness. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis. Parents everywhere have warned kids about this. Stop cracking your knuckles or you'll get arthritis. The sound certainly makes some people uncomfortable. But decades of studies have found no convincing evidence linking knuckle cracking to arthritis. One doctor famously cracked the knuckles on only one hand for more than 50 years. The result? No difference between his two hands. The popping sound comes from tiny gas bubbles inside the joints. Annoying to some people? Absolutely. Dangerous? Probably not. Sugar
I know I haven't talked in a second, but dude, I'm so actually lost into this, bro. Is this shit real?
makes kids. Hyperactive birthday parties have blamed sugar for generations. Children run around screaming after eating cake, and adults point directly at the frosting. But scientific studies tell a different story. Researchers repeatedly found little evidence that sugar itself causes hyperactivity. Interestingly, parents often believed their children were acting more energetic simply because they expected sugar to have that effect. The excitement usually comes from the environment. Think balloons,
So it's like now that they're happy they're finally getting a cupcake, they're like wanting to run around. It's not so like the fact they're eating the cupcake, it's just the fact that they got one.
friends, games, presents, and unlimited freedom. Honestly, adults would probably go crazy too. Vikings wore horned helmets.
He said, tell that to my 12-year-old.
Whenever Vikings appear in cartoons or movies, they almost always wear giant horns. It certainly looks intimidating. But historians have found no evidence that Viking warriors wore horned helmets into battle. Real helmets were practical. Horns would have made fighting awkward and dangerous. The horned image became popular during 19th century opera costumes and artwork, so Hollywood embraced the style, and the myth stuck. Sorry to disappoint, but real Vikings looked much less like heavy metal band members. Bulls hate the color. Red matadors wave.
So I've actually been to a rodeo and they definitely use red flags. So what are you gonna tell me, bud? What are you about to tell me, bud?
Bright red capes, leading many people to believe bulls become enraged by the color.
Yo, I appreciate it.
But bulls are actually colorblind to red. They don't care what color the cape is. What triggers them is movement. Wave a blue towel, a white blanket.
Okay, so you're telling me if I wave any kind of flag, no matter the color, like he's literally saying a white pillow, that thing is still gonna chase me no matter what. Because I'm pretty sure it's the color. Is it?
Or a pink
Or is that propaganda?
pillow around, and the bull would react the same way. The red color is mainly for the audience, and perhaps for dramatic effect. You swallow 8 spiders a year while sleeping. Few myths are as horrifying as this one. Thankfully, it's completely made up. Spiders generally avoid humans. Your mouth, breathing, and movement make you a terrible place for spiders to explore. Experts say there is no evidence supporting this claim. In fact, the story itself may have started as an example showing how easily people believe fake information, which is ironic because millions believed it anyway. So you can sleep peacefully tonight. Probably. Chameleons change
What do you mean, probably, pal? You just certained my fucking thought.
color to match their surroundings. Movies portray chameleons as masters of camouflage. Place one on a checkerboard and it'll magically become a checkerboard. Not quite. Chameleons primarily change colors based on temperature, emotions, and communication. They might brighten when excited or darken when threatened. Camouflage is only part of the equation. They're basically mood rings with legs. Hair and fingernails continue growing after death. This creepy myth
Ew. Oh, wait.
Appears-
It's a myth. Okay, thank fuck.
in horror stories all the time. But once a person dies, hair and nails stop growing. What actually happens is that the skin loses moisture and shrinks. As the skin pulls back,
Welcome in, Noah.
the hair and nails appear longer. It's an optical illusion, still creepy, but not supernatural. Different parts of the tongue, taste, different flavors. Remember those tongue maps showing sweet at the tip and bitter at the back? Turns out they're wrong. All taste buds can detect sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and savory flavors. Some areas may be slightly more sensitive, but
But which one tastes? Which one tastes the clit? I want to know that one.
there are no isolated flavor zones. Your tongue isn't divided into departments, it's more like an all-purpose tasting machine. Camels store water in their humps. This sounds perfectly logical, but camel humps don't hold
The
water.
tip.
They store fat. When
Get
food
it.
becomes scarce, camels can convert those fat reserves into energy.
Why does this look like Georgie?
Their bodies are simply incredibly efficient at conserving water. So the hump is basically a survival battery, not a built-in water tank. Conclusion. The funny thing about myths is that they often survive because they're simple, memorable,
W
and
video.
repeated over and
W
over
video.
again.
W
And
stream.
sometimes
I'm
the
hopping
things
off.
we
I got a
believe most
podcast to record.
confidently
If
are
you
the
guys
things
want to
we've
tap in
never bothered to
tomorrow,
question.
that'd be great. If you guys want to tap in tomorrow, that'd be great. I'll be on 7:30 every freaking day, brother. Yes, sir. Later.